How's it going, guys? My name is Jerry with Aesthetic Auto Detailing, and today we're in Fullerton working on a maintenance client. And today we're going to talk about what I do in the beginning of the year for my detailing business.
All right, Jerry, for people that don't know, how long have you been detailing?
7 years now.
And the stuff you do now, at the beginning of the year, did you do when you first started?
No, because I wasn't legitimate, so I was still kind of getting into the motion of things.
That first year you did taxes for the business. Were you nervous? Were you prepared? Did you ask for help?
I was very nervous. I really kind of didn't know what I was doing. I was looking all on Instagram, Google, stuff like that. After the first time, my tax guy, he really helped guide me. And so I noticed each year after the first time, it's always better for me when it comes to taxes because I'm more prepared each time.
For new detailers out there, what are some things you keep track of for the end of your taxes?
I keep every single receipt I can. For example, gas, food when you're working, all your equipment, products, you want to make sure you have all that stuff.
And then what, like at the end of the year, you give your tax guy a whole bunch of receipts and be like, good luck or what?
So I thought it was like that, but I heard that now it's not even like that. Like in the movies, I don't know if you guys seen some movies, people, they just do it. Tax people, they don't want to deal with that unless you're paying them the big bucks, like bookkeeping, for example. But now what I do, once it hits November, December, sometimes even January, I start looking through all my boxes and everything. Throughout the year, what I try to do now is at least organizing them in the month that they go into. That way, all I need to do is just kind of look through things, and then I start dividing them into categories, gas, equipment, stuff like that. There's a whole list.
All right, Jerry. So, when you go to a CPA, do you have to give him access to your bank accounts, Cash App, or do you print that out? How does that work, documentation?
I've actually never been to a CPA.
Who do you go to?
I just have a tax guy.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
So you go to one of those businesses that say, we do taxes or something like that.
Yeah, I've been with this guy for, I would say 5 or 6 years now.
Yeah.
So I usually just ask him my questions and he just says oh yeah, man. But I asked him if he does CPA work. He said he doesn't. But I would love, that's actually on my to-do list. I want to go to a CPA because from my understanding, they can also help you with coming up with budgets. They'll ask you how much is this charge, how much does this cost. They'll ask you, okay, and they'll help you, remain profitable or become profitable if you're not.
What documentation do you take, or you don't take anything? You just give them numbers?
So I usually just give them what I started doing recently last year, I downloaded QuickBooks. Yeah, QuickBooks. So with QuickBooks, what you do is if you download the app on your phone, it actually calculates or it keeps track of all the driving you do, and you get to choose whether it's for business or personal. So when you click on business related, it'll add up the miles and then how much you could write off or whatever. Also, you could connect your business bank account and it'll track all of your expenses from there. Yeah, and you could also scan your receipts. Yep. So that's, you got to pay a monthly fee and everything, but if it's going to help you do that stuff, it saves you the headache in the long run.
All right, Jerry, now, starting of the new year, there's some fees that you pay. Mm-hmm. What are they?
So I pay the California franchise taxes, I believe it is. So what that is, a franchise board is $800 to do business in the state of California. So annually, well, you could choose whether you want to do quarterly, so you make 4 payments throughout the year, or you just do the annually, which I prefer to do the annually so I don't have to worry about it later. So as soon as I do my taxes, right after that, I can make my $800 payment. Yeah, I try to knock that out so I don't have to worry about it later. Yeah.
You do insurance once a year?
No, so with that, I do usually it's $1,200 I think a year. What I do is I'll just tell them hey, let me let me make like a $400 payment. Okay, no problem. And then for the rest of the year, it works out to be like $50 a month or something. Yeah, that's how I do it.
All right, Jerry. Also at the beginning of the year, maintenance.
Yep.
What do you maintain?
So one thing that I feel like is important is maintaining your generator. You know, do like an oil change, check to see if the the string is not starting to get thin, because throughout the years I've probably had the string bust on me, I would say like 3-4 times within like 7 years. Not the same generator, different generators, you know. Luckily my dad's able to help me with that. He just swaps it out, I'm all set. So oil change on this, do that. Valve adjustment sometimes, you know, that they need that. Maybe put some Lucas in the gas just to have it, you know, clean it up a little bit, make sure it's running smoothly. Maintenance your foam cannons, clean out the filters sometimes. They get a little clogged up. And then just make sure your O-rings are intact also, you know. For example, the little O-ring in your pressure washer, the gun, the wand, sometimes those start to get a little worn out from the pressure. So that's why when you're spraying it, you start to see it dripping. You want to make sure you swap those out. They're very easy to do. Last but not least, your vehicle. Your vehicle is your money maker, so you want to make sure you stay on top of the maintenance with that, because if your vehicle's out, then you're out. You're not making any money. Time is money, especially in this business.
All right, Jerry. So something that a lot of people like to plan at the beginning of the year is the marketing. How do you determine your marketing? As you go throughout the year, or you see what works and what doesn't, or do you come up with a game plan at the beginning of the year?
It's a little bit of both. So constantly, I'm always thinking, what can I do better? One thing that I wanted to do, and I haven't even done it yet, was build like a vision board. You know, a lot of people with bigger vision boards. I wanted to do one specifically for my business. So I already get a lot of clients from Google. It helps out a lot. I kind of want to try to push more for reviews, because I have a whole lot of new clients that tell me, hey, you know, first thing that popped out to me was you're close to me. Second was all your 5-star reviews. That helps out a lot. So if you guys don't have a Google page yet, Google business page, I highly suggest to do that. What else? SEO, you know, working on all that stuff, and possibly posting more on Instagram. I do need to post more, and I think I'm gonna go back to the old school ways and either go knocking on doors or handing out flyers. Business is doing great, but you know, we're a business. We could do better. Always could do better. So I just want to, you know, they call it guerrilla marketing kind of thing, to where it's always like the name is always there, you know, just always like in people's faces. And that's what I kind of want to do. Especially since I moved over to this van, I've already gotten about 3 phone calls from people saying, hey, how's it going? I'm actually right behind you. What are your prices? Or people have told me like, hey, I just saw you pass by me. Can I get some more info? So it's cool, you know, it's a great experience.
Hey, you ever had somebody call you or text you, say, hey, I'm behind you, hurry up, you're driving too slow?
I've thought about that, because this doesn't have pickup like my trucks do.
Yeah.
This is a 6-cylinder, and so I've got a lot of weight on it too. So when it's going, it takes a little bit to catch up, man. So now I can't, like, you know, I see a car coming, I can't hurry up and take it. I gotta wait for them, man. Yeah. Hey, but let me know, guys, what are you doing for your business? What helps you guys? Drop it down in the comments below so we could all grow together.
All right, Jerry, last question is, what's your advice for a new entrepreneur doing taxes for the first time?
I would highly suggest to go on Google. You know, there's a bunch of like forums, a bunch of answers that could help you. Instagram, there's a bunch of, you know, people like CPAs, for example, tax people. They answer a lot of those most commonly asked questions. And last but not least, ask your tax person, your CPA. They'll be more than happy to help you. I know everybody's different, so some of them might even charge, you know, for their time, but it's money well spent, because I would rather spend the money and have that help versus thinking I got it all figured out by myself and I miss something and the IRS comes after me, or they play with your business. You don't want that. All right, guys, so those are a few things that I do at the beginning of the year. Let me know if I missed something down in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay blessed.